afternoon. Hello, I'm Michelle Hall.
Hi, I'm Gabby.
Gabby, welcome.
Hey,
You're
Jason.
Hi, I'm John.
Hi, John. Welcome to all of you. I'm so glad you could make it today. We're going to do just a fun little activity. It's an icebreaker, and it's just going to give me a chance to get to know you in sort of a different way. And so if you'll just bear with me 1 second, I'm going to bring this in here. Now, what I have here is just a stack of paper. There's no paper clips, no rubber bands, no tape, nothing else. And what I would like you three to do is to please collaborate together to build the tallest tower you can build with the paper that is here. Okay, I'm not going to give you too much time. We're going to do it in a minute or two, and I'd just like to see how you guys do that as a family. Okay? Go ahead and start.
All right.
So we have to build a tower, right?
Yeah, I think maybe we should start with I don't know, should we roll the paper or?
I think.
I have an idea.
No,
I think if we folded it into little triangles.
No, I don't think that would work. No, triangles, but I don't think that'd be very stable. So let's.
What about little squares? You took origami, right?
Yeah, I had that
One of those
professor,
squares.
Rose. Yeah, she taught me some origami, but I don't remember exactly how it went. But let's try let's try to do like a box.
Try to build like some boxes.
I have an idea. I was thinking that
We already ran with the box idea, Mom. I think we got it.
Yep.
Me and our little spatially, you know what I'm saying, advanced, a little more spatially advanced.
We're on it.
What about something like that, or?
Oh,
like,
your box is way better. My origami skills are not very good.
what if you stood it on end?
We gotta get some of these.
Hey,
So let's do
guys,
this
what
way.
what if you stood it on end the long way?
Oh shoot.
Hey guys, what if you stood it on end the long way? Like that.
Well, okay.
She might be onto something.
We can
She
try
might be onto
this, I
something.
guess.
We'll see. Oh, okay.
See, because I added the top one part. That's why it's the most stable.
It has a
I added
roof.
that part. So then we can build off this part right
Yeah.
here.
There you go.
See,
there
here
you
we go, here we go.
We got it.
Yeah.
And see, it can do it like that. Bada boom, bada bing.
Oh,
The
there you
strongest
go.
shape in nature is a triangle.
Hey.
See, there we go. Oh, we
We're
got
so
it.
smart. We're so smart.
Oh,
Hey, I
my brother.
contributed.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have two sons that are pretty good at this stuff, so you don't really have to do much.
Oh, wait.
Oh no!
Okay, wait. Okay, we got it though.
Okay,
We just got it.
I saw what you did, and you got it pretty tall.
That was good, right?
Yeah, we were good.
Yes,
Good,
thank
though.
you so much for participating with that. So,
Yeah.
I do want to tell you that I noticed a couple of things in that interaction. I noticed there's an alliance taking place. There's a couple of people in this group that bond more and work together more. Can you guys tell me who you think that might be?
Well, there's only 3 of us, so I mean, the odds are you're gonna.
It's the boys.
Well, brothers are thick as thieves, so we're gonna bond towards each other.
That's
Okay.
right.
So, would you agree that you have a strong alliance in your family?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Me and this cat, we share bunk beds. You know what I'm saying? So yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So I did notice that, and I also noticed that you had a very firm idea of how you wanted to do the work. And actually, you didn't want to give your mom too much input. Could you tell me a little bit about why that might be?
Probably mainly just because, we know how each other work and we work well together, so we know exactly what we're supposed to do to get the job done.
And we run things.
Mom's there for support. Like, she supports us, but we're good.
Now we appreciated the input. Don't get me wrong, but I mean
They've been like this ever since they were kids.
So I noticed that you had a lot to say and you really wanted to participate. They did listen at one point, but for some of the time they weren't listening. How is that for you?
Well, it's, I think that's how it is between mothers and kids. The kids grow up and they kind of run with it. And a mom is, a mom is there for support.
Oh, is that right? Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Well, that's what a mom does. That's what my mom did for my brothers and me. And that's probably what her mom did for her brothers and her. And that's what I do for my sons.
Okay. So do we all agree that it sort of works and that that's okay? I guess what I really want to know is you came here for a reason today. So I'm curious from watching this alliance and this role of support that your mom provides, does this play into the problem why you're here to see me today? And what could you tell me about that?
Problem?
Yeah, what do you view as the problem that brings you to visit me today?
I did not know there was a problem until we were asked to come here. I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
We ain't
Fair
broke.
enough. Do you agree with that, John?
Well, I hate to disagree with my brother, but where, my mom gets really stressed out, I think, especially when we have to ask her for things. But she always helps us. We always pull through. It's not like things don't get done.
Okay.
We're just, struggle a little bit more when when we ask her for things, I think.
Yeah, I guess when I said we ain't broke because mom, I will say that she keeps. Yeah, okay, John. I feel you.
Okay.
I got you.
So, Gabby, you were the one that wanted to bring the family in and have some discussions and do some work together. So, what do you see the problem as being?
Well, my boys are 20 and 22 now, and they come to me for money a lot. And, they're my boys. I want to help them. I always want to give to them, but we don't have a lot of money, and I'm struggling. I'm working part-time jobs and multiple part-time jobs, and I'm really struggling to make ends meet. And every time they come to me for money, I don't want to say no, but I don't always have the money to give them, and I know part of it is my problem. I don't know what to do, and I wanted to talk to them about it with someone there.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to help you with that. One thing that I have done in this practice is to do some role plays with folks in order to get a better feel for how things work. So if you would be willing, I would really love to have you think of something that happened maybe in the last week or two along the lines of what you're saying, maybe, think of a conflict you've had, and if you would be so kind, I'd just like to see you play it out as close to what it was when it happened, so I can see how you guys work.
Okay. Well, both boys came to me this week to ask for money. One of them wanted to go on a date, so he needed money for a restaurant. Which one?
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let me stop you real quick.
Mm.
I want you to just do it.
Hey, Mom.
Hey John, how you doing?
I'm good. I just, I have a really hot date coming up, and
He needs some money.
I'm strapped for cash right now. I'm just a
Is
little
it
low.
with Angela down the street?
Yeah. She's a really nice girl. You'd like her, but
He needs some money.
I need money because I want to take her to a nice dinner. I want to take her to a movie.
John, I don't have any money. We're late on the electric bill, and the landlord is on my case, and I don't get paid till Friday.
I know that things are like a little tight, but those bills aren't due until next week, until the power gets turned off and everything. So
And I
we've
got
got
candles
some
in my
time.
room. I got candles in my room for my last
Yeah.
date.
And hopefully Jason will help me if we need to,
But
help
John,
you.
I want to be able to pay the landlord this month. I promised him. you know, we've been late every month for the past year. I promised them I'd pay on time this month. I'm so worried we're gonna get evicted.
Well, we're supposed to do some yard work, you know, possibly later on, so it can totally help fill the money that I'm taking from you. Just consider it in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, I really don't feel comfortable with this, but all right. You know what? That is what a mom is for, to support her boys.
Thanks,
All right,
Mom. We
all
really, I really appreciate it, and we're gonna have a great time.
You're gonna get a good Mother's Day this time around here. We're gonna
Best mom.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You guys did a really good job.
All right.
Yeah, so you feel like that's kind of how it played out at home?
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Could I ask you, Gabby, what are your thoughts and feelings about what you just experienced?
Oh God, it brought back all the stress. You know, John did not come into any money that particular week, and now the landlord's on my case, and it's just so stressful. I don't want to say no. I want to give you everything, but you know, I got to pay the rent. You guys don't seem to
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Well,
It's hard.
we do.
We appreciate it.
We do.
It's just, you know, when things come up, we just
Mhm.
wanna, it's hard for us to see it that way.
So, something that happens often in families is that people take on certain roles. And as a therapist, I'm noticing that Gabby has taken on the role of mother, obviously. She is your mom. She has taken on the role as well that she is to be depended on, to be relied on, and that she's always there for you. And that is true of a parent, but at the ages that you're at, 20 and 22, if we don't start to change those roles a little bit, this family's going to turn into more of a chaotic unit, and it's going to be difficult and not in the best interest for everybody. What do you see your roles as with your mom? Or how do you view the situation with her?
Well, I do, you know, we notice that Dad isn't around as much. So, you know, I think that it could possibly make more effort at being more helpful, you know. Because we have noticed Mom is stressing a little bit, and seems to be taking a toll on her. And, you know, I take responsibility. I take a little, you know.
We just know that she's always there to, she always says, you know, she wants the best for us and she'll do what she can. So we just know that she's always there for support, and we appreciate that. So we just tend to go to her for everything.
Yeah.
So Jason and John, I hear you saying that you're open to some change. I also hear the tendency that Mom is there, she's willing and happy to provide, and that's wonderful. I think in essence, this is a good relationship. Mom is happy to give, even though it's stressing her out. It's a wonderful thing that you're there for your boys, and your boys are happy to have that. So,
Thanks, boy.
yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
not that it
It's
needs
not.
to end or have some terribly drastic change, but at the ages that you are, we do need to reframe that a little bit and make some changes. And, you know, this is something we can work towards. So something I was thinking, because our session's almost over, is to apply a little bit of homework for next session. And what I would really like for you, Gabby, to do is to step away from that mom role just a little bit. I really want to hear back from you next week that you took a good 2 hours or more to go off on your own, leave the home, leave the chores, leave the things that the boys need, and just go relax. Go catch up with a friend. Go somewhere that you haven't been for a while. Watch a TV show. Do something that you enjoy. Would you be willing to try that for me?
Yeah, it sounds a little hard, but I'll try.
Okay. Okay. And boys, at 20 years, we're talking about Mom providing money. That's very difficult to provide. So I know she mentioned at some point that she would love for you to be bringing in your own money, doing your own jobs, doing your own work. So I also have homework for you.
Okay.
And that would be for each of you to come back to me next week, having searched for a job for at least 2 hours in the week. That's not too much. You can give 2 hours in the week to doing a job search, and I would like each of you to bring me back at least 2 leads for a good job possibility.
Okay.
And boys, I'm sorry, but I have one more homework assignment for you, and that is that I would also like each of you to spend some time just with your mom. So Jason, I would like for you to spend some time one-on-one with your mom during this next week. I don't mean 5 minutes, I'm thinking more like a good half hour to an hour, just you and her. And I would like you to do the same, John. Do these things sound doable?
Yeah.
You're willing to try it?
We'll try it.
All
Once I
right.
turn in the bottles and stuff, we can get our toes out. We'll get our toes done together, Mom.
There you go.
Now that's a good sign.
That's good thinking. All right, so thank you so much, and we'll talk some more next week.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Hello.
Hello.
You know what? Before we really get started, I'm going to just rearrange you a little bit. I just want to get a feel for how you guys interact in a different setting. And then we can watch how we communicate when we're in a different posture.
Okay.
Okay? Gabby, if you wouldn't mind, would you just sit in between the boys? And Jason, you could switch with Gabby. Hey, Mom.
Hey, good, nice.
What's up, Mom? What's up,
I
Mom?
get to see my boys. Yeah.
Good, good. Well, before we get started on anything new, I'd really like to hear about each one of you about how your homework went. And I'd like to start with Gabby.
Oh, me. It was a little tough. I did half an hour, but then I just kept thinking about the laundry that needed to be done and the grass that needed to be mowed and so I went out to my sister's house, and she lives not too far away, and we started to drink coffee, and I couldn't, and I said, I'm sorry, I have to go. I came back home and did some chores. The house just falls apart if nobody takes care of it.
Well, you try. Yeah, that was a good first touch. That's good. You tried, Mom. Effort is there.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
Thanks, son.
How did you feel about the effort that you made? I mean, could you tell me a positive or something new that came from it for you?
Well, I guess I realized I'm pretty tied to the house. I'm pretty tied to the family. It was, I really love my sister, and I realized I don't go over there and drink coffee with her too often, and she's not that far away. I guess I never realized how much I was putting myself into that, the family.
That's a good observation. Thank you for sharing, Gabby. I'd like to hear from you, John. How did it go with the job search and spending time with your mom?
Yeah. I tried with the job search. I like to build things, and I'm good with my hands, so I figured I would look in construction. I found 2 companies that I like, but to be honest, I didn't really see if they were hiring. I just looked up the companies, so I do know that that there might be a possibility for me in construction.
Okay. Well, that's positive. How do you feel about that?
I like that. I like to spend my time doing things like that, so I think I would like a job where I'm building things.
That sounds great. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's time to pursue it further, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How about the time you spent with your mom?
Yeah, we actually did hang out. It was only for half an hour, but Mom was washing dishes, so I just came up and helped her dry the dishes. I know it's not like a whole lot of time, but we spent some time just like cleaning.
And how was that for both of you? What did you gather out of that?
I Well, I learned more about her week and her day because I realized we don't really talk as much as I thought we did. And, you know, she was telling me a little bit about what my aunt is up to, and how she enjoyed seeing her. So that was nice, getting to hear about her day.
I liked it. It was really nice to have someone with me in the kitchen while I did all that work, you know. It was good to have someone, you know, even if it's just symbolic, you know, the dishes can dry themselves. But I really appreciated you doing that, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
And it was nice. It was really nice. We haven't done that in so long. Not since he was like 5 or 6 or something.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to lose track of our loved ones sometimes. But I'm so glad to hear that. How about you, Jason? How was the experience for you with the job search and the time with your mom?
Well, I struggled. I really wanted to still do something that would make mom proud, at least. So I try not to go like the Magic Mike route or anything. I tried to do something actually, you know, skill wise. So I like automobiles, so I went to go see about working at like a used car dealership, to see what it took to do that. But you know, still looking for something where I could work with cars, but learning that it takes a little more than just going to apply. So did some research in that area, trying to figure out what I could do, you know.
Well, that's great. And how do you feel about the progress you made?
I feel good. I learned some stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely learned. Found, I think, something I would want to do, you know, more than just as a hobby. Never really thought about doing it as a career, but now, you know, more I read, it was like, okay, I could do this. I could do this.
Good. I'm so glad, Jason. So tell me about the time with your mom.
The pedicures?
That was pretty great.
That was cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, feet all soft, and mom got the French tips. That's what they call, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He came home with like shiny toes and everything. I don't know.
I've never had a pedicure before. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. My girlfriend liked it. Didn't scrape her up in bed, so she appreciated it. I'm just saying.
And it was a good bonding experience for both of you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good. So do we agree that we want to do a little more of that in the future with each other? I would love to hear that you guys are practicing time with each other and definitely continuing with the job searches, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. I'm hearing really good things, and I hope you feel good about the fact that you're making some small changes. It's just, you know, it all doesn't happen in one day. So last time we met, we did a little role play, and I got to see a pretty close and accurate interaction of how things go at home. This week, I'm just going to ask 2 of you to do an interaction. I want one of the sons, and you can decide which one, and Gabby. And I would like you to do a similar interaction as last week, but maybe one that has happened more recently. And I want the other brother to just watch. Here's the fun part. So whichever brother is in the role play is going to pretend and behave as though he is Gabby. And Gabby is going to behave as though she is the son in that situation.
Action. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Jason.
Mom, I knew you were gonna go see your sister today, but you know, I really need the car. I really need it. Can I have the car?
Well, Jason, you know, any other time I would let you, because you're my son and I love you. But you know, I do value the time I get with my sister, your aunt. She has the best creamer, you know. So, is there another time? Maybe we can.
No. Because the thing is, it's really got to be tonight. Because I have this date, and if I wait, then this other guy's gonna take her out, and I really want to go out with this girl. really, really want to. Please, 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 Mom, please, please, please. I'll be your best friend.
Well,
I'll do everything.
I'm already your best friend, hon. Okay? So,
No, Mom, you don't understand. I've been wanting to go out with this girl since like the 3rd grade. The 3rd grade, Mom.
well, she's been around since the 3rd grade. I think she'll still be around a little longer.
Yeah, but it's
Be
the
all
first
right.
time she's ever agreed to go out with me since the 3rd grade. I'll do anything. And you know, I've been working so hard on my job search. And I took you out for that pedicure. I've been a really good son, a really good son. I know you'll do anything for this family. You always say you'll do anything for your boys. This is really important. This is really, really important. Come on, Mom, please, 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 please.
Okay, well,
Okay.
let's end it here.
Okay.
So, you want to make Gabby wait because you know that you wanted that car and you had plans to visit your sister. So, looking back on the interaction when you were asking for the car to go on the date, just tell me a little more. I'm sorry, I did interrupt you. You were about to tell me
No, that's
how
okay.
you're seeing it differently now.
Well, I can see like now if Mom has something she really wants to do, or just trying to be more considerate, taking her feelings a little more into consideration, and then seeing how I can be, I guess. It wasn't very,
A little pushy.
yeah, a little pushy, almost got a little punchy, I get it, Mom.
So I think it's a good thing to notice the boundaries. Gabby set, or you were trying to set a boundary, and Gabby had tried to set a boundary, and you kept wanting to push that boundary.
Mhm.
And I think that we can agree that we could try a bit more to accept and respect when somebody puts a firm boundary down and back off a little bit.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. That's good. That's good work. Thank you. What did you think, Gabby, about the role play? How did you feel as Jason?
Well, it was actually almost painful to watch him not say firmly, nope, forget it. It was, I guess I do that, I say, well, no, but I don't think so, but, yeah, it's tough to watch.
Okay. We were talking about the myth of you having to fulfill this role, and there is an idea that the mom has to sort of lay down and take it because it's your role. And I think it would be healthier for the three of you to cast that myth aside. And so you do have options, you do have choices, and it is in their best interest that you not be stressed and not always be giving in. And I think that's something that we're going to learn together over time. So thank you for sharing, and I do want to get your take on it, John. What did you feel about what you saw?
It was interesting to step back and watch because usually I'm right there with my brother, like a support, but it was kind of painful to watch, like on the other end, because pushy and you could see that Mom really needed the car. She already had plans, and he was just pushing his agenda on Mom last minute and asking her to change when that really wasn't fair to her. So.
And is that a pattern that you see frequently with this alliance of the two brothers and Mom sort of fighting you back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think we agree that that's something that can change and that it would benefit everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would like for us to continue with the same homework that you had last week. So I would like to hear about more progress with the jobs. I really would like a hard and fast lead, a phone number, possible interview, as soon as we can. And I think that you seem up for the task. I would again like to hear that you each spent some time with Mom, whether you go out and do something or spend some time at home.
Okay.
And Gabby, I'm really gonna ask that you make it happen this week, that you spend some time by yourself or out with your sister or doing something. Make it at least an hour. And I really urge you to make it at 2 would be even better. They want that for you, and I think you would want that for yourself. And maybe the boys can fill in whatever you don't finish while you're gone.
And maybe this time you can get the manicure too.
There you go. There you go. Well, thanks everybody. You did great work today. I appreciate your openness.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.